Hey, this is Andy, and welcome to another episode, another series of Shampa's Never Stop Riding. On this series, I'll be going through Laos, and I'll be going alone. It'll be a solo trip by myself. Laos is a beautiful country. I've ridden it many times alone. Spectacular scenery. The people are phenomenal. It's just one of the best places to ride. The twisties up in the mountains, as you'll see, are just really, really nice. On this trip, I'll be using a Honda XR250. It's a very common, popular bike over here for the dirt bike guys in the dual sport community due to the ability to be able to fix it on the spot. Everybody knows how to work on the bike. You're always in some mud, you're always in dirt, you're always on bad pavement, you've got potholes to deal with, a lot of obstacles. This episode right now, we're going to be starting out at Vientiane, and we're going to be heading north. We're going to go up to a town called Viang. I cannot pronounce it. You guys are more than welcome to look it up on the internet, I won't lie. Before I get there though, I'll be stopping into an area called, it's an eco resort called the Namlik Eco Resort. It's a really nice place. After that, we're going to head north, and we're going to go up towards Luang Prabang, northern part of Laos. If anyone's coming over, that is the place to ride. After Luang Prabang, we come back and we stop at an area called the Plain of Jars. Then we head back to Vientiane. The ride is a pretty quick, easy ride. Let's just get out and ride and see the day. But you're going to enjoy it. We do a lot of cool stuff. We see a lot of cool stuff. And I hope it inspires you guys to come on over and ride here or go outside tomorrow morning and go take a ride on your bike. That's what this whole episode's about. Yeah, that's what we're doing this for. Vientiane is a great place. It's got some really nice history. It's right on the river. It borders Thailand. A tuk-tuk, which you see here, is a lot different than a tuk-tuk in Thailand or in Cambodia. They're all different. They all have their own little unique ways about them and their own ways they were designed and made. So the tuk-tuk's a pretty cool thing. The ones in Laos seem a little unstable. When you sit them and they kind of rock around and move around. But it's pretty fun to ride in them, yeah, and get around town. Laos is a communist country. I mean, it is communist. So the Communist Party is prevalent, and you respect that. You respect any government wherever you go. You respect the religions, just like as you see when we go into the Buddhist temples, we take off our shoes. We don't wear hats. We respect the people, and it's a very important part of their culture, and it's very spiritual. So we try to be as respectful as that as possible. In the temple, you can see the people praying, and even the children, as little as the children, will all, do the prayers and stuff. As you can see here, it's cute, but at the same time, it's very important to understand that this is the foundation of what they're going to grow up to be. As you can see with the wood carvings here, the people actually still make things by hand. It's very moving. It's spiritual. It's deep, man. The trim they're making, they're actually hand carving it right here, as you can see. And as I move forward, we find another place where monks are praying. And there's a string that's connecting an entire family, and that string connects the entire family, and that runs to a car, and the car is being blessed for protection of the family, and that hopefully they don't have any accidents or anything like that. So it's very moving. It's spiritual. It's deep, man. Everything for safety, In Vientiane, they have every city in the world has some kind of large monument or or dedicated to a war memorial, and Vientiane, Laos is no different. They have their victory monument, and I like the victory monument. It's a very cool thing. You know, it's interesting. It's called the vertical runway, and I'll let you look that up on your own on the internet. At this monument, I got a chance, being a photographer, got a chance to have another gentleman take a picture of me. And when he took the picture, he took it with one of these little Polaroid things, which I've never seen before. But this little thing just went back and forth really fast. And there it was. I had a picture just like back in the day when you used to shake the little Polaroid picture and it would turn into a picture right in front of your eyes. You have my picture. But my first stop coming out of Vientiane was definitely to get fishing bait because I like to fish. Looking for bait in the markets is always a fun thing. It's all kinds. It's a pretty cool market to check out. For bait, we used prawn. You know, they had the little shrimps. Thank you. Pork. They have everything as raw as you can get. And they have pork. They have everything as raw as you can get. But when they do sell the leafy vegetables, which is very popular, be sure to clean it. If you don't, you're going to end up getting sick. The water that's on the vegetables is probably what's going to make you sick before anything else. Not only do I like to use the bugs to fish with, but I also like to eat the bugs, so I think that's pretty fun. I like it. Then I picked up some beetles and maggots and some grasshoppers and unique things like that. When you use the beetle, when you put a hook through it, it's good to eat, but they fall apart. The head pops off. I like the grasshopper, but this little sticky things get in your mouth. Now we have bait for fishing. So on the way, you know, I like stopping along the way and meeting with the locals, of course. And one of the cool things I like to do is
I like to see the different types of fishing they do. And here I got to fish for pla cow, which is little white fish. And they take these big nets and they drop them in the water and they pull them out, and there's maybe one fish or two fish. And I wanted to try it, so I got a chance to do this. I've done this before, and it's just fun to do. It's catching, that's for sure. It's not fishing, it's catching. You're catching all the time. But this is only happens during certain seasons when the fish are running. They don't do this year round. It's a very seasonal type fishing. The nets are very heavy, and sometimes you'll see the guys throw bigger nets into the water, and then they actually get in the water and swim and pick them up out of the water. And that water is dirty. It's not dirty water, it's muddy water. So I don't know how they see the net. I guess they're doing it all by feel and stuff, but you can see in the video where there's a guy swimming around trying to pull a net out. It's pretty interesting stuff. But I really enjoy the fishing. I like to fish anywhere, any kind of fishing. For eating, all along the road in Laos and these countries, there's food everywhere. I mean, there's water everywhere. There's people living. People exist, I mean, we're not so far out in the back country that we really have to worry about, running into a place where we're going to be in full survival mode.
How right? 5,000 nướng. No, my noon. Song. I love cow Niao Sidam. When we ride a lot over here, you take it, you crack it open, and it's actually the rice, the sticky rice. And just like travelers from years back, this is how people around these parts used to travel and carry their food. Break it open a little bit, just like this. I keep it right with it in my backpack all the time. But I always throw off the top piece, just a little bit off the top, so I don't eat that, because that's kind of been exposed for a long period of time. But this right here, that's good sticky rice now. I'm not sure how they make it black. I don't know if that's the nature of the rice itself. But it's so good. It's so sweet. So good. Oh, some.
I'll get it for tonight's dinner too. That's great.
Okay, dinner. I bought three more. Dinner for tonight. For riding, I like the black rice better. It's so good. Chin.
Chin.
Yeah, no good. You're back. Rewind, okay?
So there's a little eco resort I like to stay at. I just pulled in, and plus this little eco resort we stay at, it's called the Nam Lake. It's got some great fishing there. Pull in. And then at night, we went out to do a night fishing trip, catfish. And the rain and the water, the dam was open, so the water was really strong, the current was strong, and the rain was, when we first went out, no big deal. But then the rain just became torrential, and the bugs, and it was just an unpleasant episode. So we just called it a night and just went back to the room.
On day 2, I got up early in the morning and got out and did some fishing out of a kayak there, paddled up and down the river. The river was running pretty hard, so there wasn't a lot of catching going on, just a lot of fishing. Played with some monkeys there at the little campground eco resort area we were at. And then I headed back on the bike, headed up towards Luang Prabang, Come on. After taking pictures of the people fishing and stuff like that and spending some time, I wasted a lot of my day taking pictures and enjoying my time, and I do. You can ask anyone. If anybody rides with me or anything, they call it Andy time because I just kind of go at my own pace, man. I'm not in a rush. I'm not here to, prove anything or do anything. I'm just to do it for fun and to enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Hello.
สบายดี
What kind of fabric?
เฮ็ดหยังพ่อนะ
สิ้น
ตีนสิ้น She's make on the bottom is good there.
Yeah. On the bottom of the skirt.
Yeah.
Does she have a piece of fabric I can see that she's already made?
ตัวไหนตัดตามแล้วแล้วมีบอกเปลี่ยนชิ้นนะ
You know, it was something interesting for me to be able to pull off and see, being a designer and making clothes like I do, I always like to see how different places make clothes. The weaving of silk is very, very important. I mean, it's actually like cottage industry. There's a lot of people that do this. And here I got to stop in and talk to a young lady who was had her weaving loom, and she was weaving some trim for the bottom of dresses and for wedding dresses and stuff, and she was making some silk, I guess you'd call it trim or something, you know. We call it notions or stuff like that. But it was awesome, man. And to think that I bought a couple yards worth of fabric for, I don't even know, it was like less than $10, I think. The workmanship is amazing, you know. You pay embroiderers in the States or places ridiculous amounts just to put your name in a hat, and these guys are doing it by hand for a tenth the cost. Granted, they're only producing 1 or 2 every 3 days, but it's pretty incredible stuff, man. For a designer, for me being a clothing designer and a person who's made clothes all my life, that was cool.
Beautiful.
Artisan
Artisan work still exists in the world. What a beautiful thing. Not everything's made by a mechanized machine, huh?
เดี๋ยวเราให้ซื้อแหละเพราะว่าเราเอากล้องพิษก็ไปตามขั้นตอน
It's okay, this one? I would like to buy this one.
maybe different owner it belong to C
Uh-oh, I have to buy from her.
yeah
So I have to buy this one because she's been so nice to let us see this. But these are absolutely beautiful, huh? The purple is phenomenal. 100% silk, huh?
ไม่ล้วนบ่
And where do they get the silk from around here?
ไม่เขาไปเอาอยู่ใส่ไหม
เอาอยู่อย่างไรอยู่หาลาดก็ได้แล้ว
they go to market in Vientiane
In Vientiane, and they buy the raw fiber there, the raw yarn or whatever. Not the fiber, but the yarn.
ตัวนี้กินเรื่องเหียน
บ่เห็นมันก็ได้ไปหาไปสวนมันก็ได้
For what these ladies are making, from what I saw, I mean, you can see it in the video. What you're looking at is some intense work, and in 2 days to make that out of silk, and to be almost precise every time with a weaving loom. That's pretty amazing. And in 2 days to make that, that's some dedication. And the amount of money they're asking for it is not very much. But yes, it's beautiful handicrafts. Nice to see it in the world, still today.
มาเอาใส่กระสุนเรียบร้อยแล้ว
I don't care where I go in this world. Ever since being a Baja kid, and my wife's from Baja, like, and that's what we do, we Baja, and stickers are part of my life. I'm going to give stickers to kids everywhere, and I haven't come across a child in any country yet where I whip out a brick of stickers and they just don't go crazy. It is like, it's better than candy, I think, because candy makes your teeth bad and makes everything wrong. But a sticker, they hold on to them, they put them on their bikes, they put them on things, they put them in their house, and they really like them, and they look at it, and I don't know. There's something about stickers and kids, but they love them, and it will be something I do until the day I die, yeah. Nightfall started falling, coming along faster than I wanted, and unfortunately I pulled into the fish village. We got in there late at night, but it's atmospheric, man, to see this stuff at nighttime. A lot of different types of fish, the way they prepare it and sell it to the locals, and it's pretty impressive, man.
Inside here fish too, yeah?
Yeah, mix sour.
In the fish market, they have all kinds of different stuff. They have nanang Kwai, which is buffalo skin, which you barbecue and eat. Then they have pla som, which comes in like a bag, and they use it for som tum, and it's fermented. It's a year old.
For 1 year, 2 years.
And you drink it, or you?
No. They just put it cook like a soft fish, something. Soft fish or
Really?
yeah.
It's fermented for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, in these markets, this market specifically, there's different types of fish. You got your dried fish. You've got like your pate fish that's like a bologna that's all smashed up.
Meat. When you just throw it on a grill and cook it up, huh? If I had a grill, I'd try it. Do you have to cook this to eat it, or can you eat it just like this?
You can eat like this or cook.
You can eat it like this?
Yeah, the local people, they just eat the cook.
Woo! I'd have some big cojones if I did that one. All right. Well, guess we head on up to. Well, how do you pronounce it again? Bang Bang, yeah?
Wang Vieng.
Wang Vieng.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's a great town. We'll head up there now and go check it out, huh?
We called it a night and pulled into a little place and just spent the night. But in the next video, you're going to see some beautiful scenery of the morning. Next morning when we woke up, what we woke up to was absolutely phenomenal.
On day 3, I started out from Wang Vieng. It's kind of hard to pronounce for me, but it's a beautiful place. As you can see, the scenery is absolutely spectacular. This is when you start, we're not really in northern Laos here, we're still in the southern part of it, maybe central area of Laos. But from here on out, about 40 kilometers up the road, we really get into the mountains, which is what I come to Laos for. It's absolutely spectacular. I mean, just look at this scenery you're looking at here. Waking up to this in the morning, the cloud cover, the mountains, the flowing river. It's surreal, absolutely beautiful in this area, part of the world, About 30 kilometers outside Wang Vieng is where you really start getting into the mountains of Laos. In the mountains, the roads are super twisty, and it makes for great motorcycle riding. You don't get super high speed on the twisties because of the amount of cows, people, slow vehicles, but you can carry your speed through the turns. It's really, really great motorcycle riding. In Laos, like anywhere in Southeast Asia, when you're in the jungle regions, you're going to come by landslides. And here, we're riding along, and you can see this landslide that we hit, and it's really big. all along the road up through Laos towards Luang Prabang, there's all kinds of little stands along the road, people selling things, gathering things. It's pretty much like a hunter-gatherer society, right? So along the way you always see little stands. Here I stop at one and they're selling namai, which is it's sweet bamboo, and it's very good. It's very typical of this region of Laos. It's good to eat. They also have a lot of squash, pumpkins, these kind of things, and the ladies gather them up in the mountainside, carry them up the hills and stuff, and as you can see, they're very heavy, you know?
Here?
Also in this scene, you can see the little lady, she pulls out her telephone out of her little Ziploc bag and starts talking to her friends on the phone, which was really a cool thing for me, saying, you know, it shows they've got communication and everything. Instead of tobacco, they use dry banana leaves and these kind of dry leaves of any kind. They roll them up, and that's what they smoke as opposed to cigarettes. I guess they smoke cigarettes. That's what they do, and that's clearly what she's doing here. You know, after about 3 hours into our ride, I stopped at a little stand and got some food and stuff. And you never know. It's going to rain all the time. Like I said before, you can look up in the sky, you can see clouds, and maybe it'll rain, maybe it won't. But if it does, it could be torrential, and it can be a real pain in the butt.
Long live Abe sticker and something. Bam! Champa, baby. Woo! Loud. Doing it!
Here you can see the traditional little bamboo hat, or it's like a woven hat. It's very traditional in all the pictures. You see me use it when I fish with the ladies, you know, earlier. And here the farmers are out on the hillside doing everything by hand, very agrarian, and they're using the little traditional hats. Every time I see it, it just makes me think of, you know, a great painting or picture from years past. When I see,
the workers in the fields. I see the workers on the sides of the mountains. I see the kids and the parents and the women carrying the firewood or the namai, the sweet bamboo, this kind of stuff on their backs up the hills. Honestly, I couldn't tell you which I think is more strenuous. I just know seeing this firsthand makes me really understand what an agrarian society goes through. But it makes you appreciate what we come from. It makes you realize there's still people in the world doing this, and they're doing it every day. And as you can see, they smile, and it's just part of their reality,
This is some of the best riding I've done in a long time. Laos, epic twisties, man. It doesn't get any better than this. It's just twisty after curve after turn after switchback after. It's the best, man. But the way the people drive here and they don't stay in their lane and stuff, you definitely got to come around turns blaring that horn, man, just to get people out of the way. People are amazing. Great riding. Absolutely great riding.
One of the interesting things here is because you're in a mountainous region, they plant rice, and on this particular area, it's sticky rice, which is khao niao in Thai, and all along the hillside you can see these little huts, and in these little huts is where the workers will sleep, take breaks, maybe rest, maybe even stay overnight. But you can see the intricate little trail system that's been there for a long time. And it's got to be a very intense job to cut that rice, put it on your back, and haul it out of there, especially during rainy season when it's muddy and slippery. Even in the dry season, if you're doing any kind of work on the slopes, just the intense heat has got to be physically exhausting.
All over the places I go to, there's always good food, and you guys see me eat crazy stuff, man. I've eaten some really crazy things in my life. Chili?
Yeah, chili.
It's crushed chili though, like ready to eat. It's in like a sauce, right?
Okay, yeah.
I want to try the buffalo today. Can you just eat the buffalo? Can you just eat it or no?
just barbecue.
What about this kind? The fried leather barbecue.
That's fine. With oil.
Can you eat it? Just like that? Yeah? I'll try it. And of course, these look like tortillas, but what are they? These, what are these? Potato. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to try the sweet potato, the cookies, the Lao cookie. I want to try the leather buffalo.
Okay.
But I can't really eat it now, huh?
No. Yeah.
You have to cook it.
Yeah, you have to cook it.
Well, that's no
Fry
good.
it.
So I'm going to try these two today. So can we bring these up to your place here and get us a drink and eat on this? All right, let's do this. All right. Let's see what a Lao cookie tastes like. I didn't know there was such a thing. Lao cookie. Cracker Jack. Tastes just like Cracker Jacks. Well, the cookies are good. Tastes like a Cracker Jacks in the United States, like caramel corn. Caramel corn is what it is, like sugar caramel corn. So let's try this. So this is sweet potato?
Yeah.
Is it potato or sweet potato?
Sweet potato.
Because sweet potato is like my favorite thing. Sweet potato pie. Are you sweet potato? Here you go, my friend in Mexico. Your new future tortilla. It's so good. I got sweet potato tortillas, as I would like to call them. Wow, cookie. What a day. Good food, man. Yeah. There we go.
ฮะมันที่เต็มที่เต็มฟังที่บ่เต็ม
I just motored right on through straight to Luang Prabang. Luang Prabang is a really beautiful city. It's very French colonial. It's almost storybook. It's so surreal. When you ride through Laos, you're in, you know, bamboo villages. You're in a pure, you know, agrarian society. Then all of a sudden you get to Luang Prabang and it's this little colony, this little colonial city out of like, I don't know, out of Europe or something. It's really, really beautiful.
Big gecko. Baby cobra. Laos standard alcohol. Could you be called moonshine? That's just pure alcohol right there. Look, that's just Kentucky. Y'all know anybody there from Kentucky or Tennessee? Right there. I already have a pickled liver. I don't need to damage it more.
They sell the Lao coffee, Lao tea, which is, Lao coffee is absolutely wonderful.
Real Lao coffee, real Lao green tea. Oh, it's so good.
They have all kinds of stuff. They have the very traditional rice paper and wood paper paintings and stuff on a paper that they actually mill here in Laos at some of the local mills. Unfortunately, on this trip, I didn't get a chance to stop in any and check out how they actually process it. I wish I would have next time, but it's pretty cool just to see all the artisan type stuff. I love that stuff, as you guys know.
Thank you. Khop chai lai lai.
Thank you.
Good luck for you.
On day 4, I got to wake up early in the morning and check out a daily tradition here in Luang Prabang. One where monks all over in Buddhist culture, you know, they get up early in the morning and they go around to local homes, businesses and stuff, and the local villagers or residents, they always give them rice, fruit, or palamai in Thai, money, water, these kind of things. And the monks don't make any money or any income, so this is how they survive, is by gifts from the local community. But they don't traditionally eat. They're not allowed to eat after a certain time. They eat twice a day. So morning meal is pretty important to these guys, so they're out there pretty early trying to get what they can.
After watching the monks do their morning ritual, I walked around the town of Luang Prabang. Like I told you, this is a beautiful French colonial city. It's got so much to see and to offer. One thing I really enjoy on my ride is a lot of the villages have these bamboo thatched walls and thatched roofs where they live inside I guess you would call them their houses, but they look more like huts to me. I got to watch some people actually making these thatched walls, and they came out, they're just beautiful how they weave them together and they use the bamboo to do. But it was really cool to see that. As I walked around more, you know, just going to all the different temples in the town. Luang Prabang is a very famous area for some famous temples, and it's just really nice to be there and to see the things that I saw. I like going to Luang Prabang a lot. I like that. I like the city. In and around Luang Prabang, there's a lot to do, lots of stuff to see. So I just decided to spend the night here and just go around the local areas and see things, do a little trail riding. A lot of times you run through a place when you're on a trip like this and you don't really stop to get the flavor and the feel of the locations you're in. You just kind of run through them. It's funny, it was once told to me that a man traveling is on a mission to get to places and go through them as fast as he can to get to more and more and more. A woman traveling will go somewhere and stay in that place. Lady travelers, women travelers, and they'll stay 1, 2, 3 weeks in one spot. Whereas guys like me and everybody else that I know will just power through, you know, 1,000 miles worth of stuff to see, and you know, it's just a different way. But on this trip, I wanted to hang out in Luang Prabang for a day or so. This elephant that I'm seeing here is probably someone's pet, someone's working animal. They're not commonly wild in this area, but you see them around. You know, they work the fields. They're a form of transportation and stuff. You see them in Cambodia. You see them in Thailand. You see them all over the place. So this isn't a rare thing. This is pretty common. Whenever I ride anywhere, I like to stop and see what the local villagers are selling, what they're making, the artisans and stuff. But every time you stop, when you get close to any kind of tourist area, you know, Luang Prabang's not a tourist area, but there are some tourists here. And there's kids, and the kids swarm you, and it gets overwhelming at times. But they have a real thing for their little bracelets they make and their little handicrafts, and like anywhere I go, I carry my Baja tradition. You know, I give stickers to the kids. And no matter where I go in the world, when I take the stickers, the kids love them. Some kids don't know what to do with them. Some kids don't even know how to take them off the paper, and you have to show it to them. But for the most part, when you're giving out something, it's better than giving candy. I don't like giving candy. I don't like giving money. I'd rather just give them something that they can have and keep as a memento. And just like in Baja, the kids everywhere love stickers. I don't know why, but sticker, sticker, sticker everywhere you go. On these trips, I never know what I'm going to see. At this one stop, I pull in and I look up, and there's a giant aqueduct that's funneling water from a mountain stream over to obviously a rice plantation or some kind of farm. But the aqueduct is made of solid stone. This isn't like some piping or something. This was old. It's been there for a long time. And you can tell we're in rainy season because this aqueduct
is overflowing, and it looks like its own personal little waterfall here. Outside Luang Prabang, there's a very nice, like, eco park. Not really a park, but it's a reservoir, a reserve, I guess, maybe. Like a miniature little zoo there where they keep some of the bears and animals of the region so people can see what's in the area. But as you get closer to the river, we're in rainy season. Most of the bridges are washed out. The water is extremely powerful. Usually you see people here swimming all the time, and this time it's posted no swimming anywhere. Rainy season in Laos. Usually you can walk right up to that cave over there and on this walkway here, but it's completely shut down because it's so much rain and so much flooding in this area lately. You can actually feel the wind coming off of this water. I'd say multiple waterfalls. You got some coming up in there in the cave. They're coming down from inside the cave. They're coming down from over here in the caves also. Coming in through the backside of the mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so much power. It's generating wind off of it. It's a mess. I'm getting soaked standing here. Absolutely beautiful. The whole day was beautiful. I got to ride. I got to go do some trail riding. Got back into Luang Prabang a little bit late at night. Didn't really have much rain today, and I got to stay at my favorite little place. It's called the Via Champa, which is a very means flower in Thai and Lao. It's a very famous flower, and but I like to stay at the Via Champa just because. Champa.
Another successful day of riding. Never stop riding, no matter what. Enjoy the day, guys.
On day 5, I got an early start. I was heading down to, I'm heading from Luang Prabang to the Plain of Jars. That's a really long ride. It's a beautiful ride, but extremely long.
On the way, I had to stop, get gas, and this time I actually got gas in a traditional, real gas station, you know? And even there, all of a sudden I look over and there's a lady with, I guess, pots and pans all over her scooter. But that thing was loaded down more than you could fill a Ford Ranger with, you know? And she was carrying it all on her scooter. It was a pretty impressive sight. I had to take some pictures and take a look at that. And I got to slap the Champa sticker on it, so we've got a Champa Lao scooter rider with pots and pans on her bike. That'll work.
Give 10,000, is it okay? It's photo.
Yeah. Bye. Heading out, I just rode down, enjoyed the day, great riding, no real rain, no problems this day. Had a great ride. It was just perfect day of riding. The weather was nice and cool. I got to wear my shorts, you know, and t-shirt. Three, 4 hours into the ride, I stopped to get lunch in a little community there, got me some vegetables and fruit.
Little bird. Cooked bird. Baby birds. Fish. Good fish. That's good stuff right there, man. That's what we ate yesterday. Beef
meat, yeah. Beef jerky. Yeah, jerky. Butcher shops right on the street, food right on the street. Don't really worry too much about getting sick or anything. It's just, it's fresh food, you know. As long as it's cooked, you're gonna be all right, pretty much. Oh, piggy. Boing. On the ride, down, I was realizing I was having some mechanical issues. I was giving the bike some gas, throttling it, and it just wasn't getting gas to the motor. I pulled into the little shop. They blew out the lines, changed the fuel filter on it, picked up the bike after I ate. It took about an hour for them to get it all done. Cost me $1 or $2 to fix it. Hopped on the bike and took off down to the Plain of Jars. The bike ran well. Everything fixed, new fuel filter, clean, blown out, put on, check, everything, $1. $1. That's good days right there, my friends, good days. Let's go ride. Thank you. Ciao. Whenever I see people fishing, I have to stop and just see what they're fishing or what they're fishing for or what they're fishing with. And in this case, we're looking at a little rod. The guy's got the little bamboo stick with string and a weight on it there. But you can imagine they're catching fish pretty small, but it's got to be a fun thing to do. Fishing as a kid is probably one of my favorite memories growing up. So I like to stop and see what they're doing, and here I did. I stopped in and checked it out. Great, they got it all tied like a fly. It's got like a fly knot at the top where you tie two lines together. It's got a couple pieces of lead there for a sinker. It's got a real fishing hook right there too, a real one, like a number 2 or something. Really small, must be very small fish they're catching. When I was a kid, we used to have little bamboo cane poles. Same thing, same idea. I don't think they had this kind of dexterity. Yeah. I love fishing. I want to go fishing in that water right now. Cannot. Have to ride. Can I get my helmet? I'll trade you. One cane for one helmet. Thank you. Sabay. Thank you. gas station, huh? Is how you get gas in Laos, in the countryside. We did the same many other places, but you never get over it. It's great stuff. But the thing is that we already cleaned out our fuel filter and the fuel lines on this bike already today. You never know how old the gas is, how long it's been sitting, what the quality of it is, or anything. So you always got to check on your stuff that you're riding and make sure your filters or your fuel filter is good and clean out your lines. And then once in a while get good gas from a quality gas station somewhere when you get into a real city, you know?
Even with my skull cap on and my helmet on and a full face helmet with enclosure, to just sit there and have this thing in your ear while you're trying to ride and you got to get it out. But a bug in the ear inside of a full face helmet, that's just like torture.
He's got his head hidden behind the coat.
Like I said, today was a really long day of riding. I rode, I don't even know, 10, 12 hours or something with all my stops in between, food and everything. I put in a lot of hours on this day. And pulled into my last gas station just right outside the Plain of Jars. There's a real gas station, and pulled in, and the owners of the stations were very welcoming. They had me do a little autograph for them. They wanted me to sign. They don't see very many, we call them farangs, but white people, foreigners, come through the area. So I'm not anything in this world, man. I can't believe I actually had to sign like a little autograph. That was so funny, you know? They're like, sign this, sign this. I'm like, for what? Why? But I did. I appeased them, and they were happy, and it was funny. It was interesting, but whatever, you know?
And the official slap. Alright.
I had my half a second of fame in Laos. How's that? But it was funny, and that was really cute. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me in my life, nor will it probably ever happen again. A good 30, 40 minutes later, the gas started doing this. The gas issue came up again, where give it the throttle, not enough gas getting through the carburetor, not enough gas getting to the engine. It just wasn't happening. If I get in the right spot on gas, it goes okay. But if I go like this, give gas,
He can fix the carburetor tonight or tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. But what time will he have it done, does he think?
Yeah,ประมาณ10 โมงได้เดี๋ยว
10 o'clock?
แปลว่า7 โมงแปลว่าเห็นโมงแวะบ้างเห็นคุณไม่รู้เห็นโมงแวะบ้างแล้วนะ8 โมง 9 โมงประมาณรู้เห็นจังโมงไปเขาก็ไปแต่เข้าไป7 โมงประมาณนั้นมึงมาแวะบ้างแล้วmaybe about
9 o'clock?
So he just about 9, maybe he finish early.
That's fine, 9 o'clock, because we're going to go out and look at the fields anyway. Okay.
Want to take camera now?
In the morning, and I woke up, and the view from my room, my hotel room at the Plain of Jars, was it was interesting. It's flat there. It's very flat. It's not like the mountain regions up in the Luang Prabang in northern Laos. This area that I'm in is actually along the Ho Chi Minh Trail during the Vietnam War. This area was heavily carpet bombed and landmined during the Vietnam War. So There's a lot of unexploded ordnance crews here trying to find landmines, bombs that didn't go off. Still to this day, it's still pretty heavily cleared area for this kind of stuff. And on the way, came across a scooter accident. Now, the thing you got to remember about Laos is people in Laos drive ridiculously slow. And this is two scooters that hit each other. So these scooters were probably not going more than 10, 12, maybe 15 miles an hour. How they wreck, I have no idea.
So even when they're going this slow, still to see people go down with knowing that they've got their children on the bikes, they've got their children, they got babies, they got their wives and everything. You see the bikes go down, it's no good, huh? Even at 30, you can kill a baby, you know? Yeah, see it a lot.
The Plain of Jars is a fascinating place. It's these, I wouldn't call them megalithic rocks. These are big jars. They're big, up to like 6 foot tall, some of them. I would say almost 6 foot. And they're in the middle of nowhere, basically. And still to this day, no one's real sure if they were used for storage of water, grain, rice, what their remains, graveyard. No one's real sure. Some of them still have the giant stone lids on them. But to this day, no one's really defined exactly what they were used for. In this specific cave, this is where locals would hide during the bombing raids, and according to locals and news, many people died in this cave, and it's pretty eerie to be in there because there's nobody around, there's no tourist out here. I mean, literally, I'm alone. I'm just walking around here in this field by myself, and but very interesting. It's like I said, as a person who studied history and loves this kind of stuff, this is a pretty cool thing to see.
How ominous is that? If you just listen, if you just look out, you can hear a plane or a helicopter outside. But you can only imagine what it would be like when you were in this cave during the bomb raid, hearing that noise come towards you, and knowing that any minute now those bombs are going to hit right in front of this cave where you were hiding.
After about 4 or 5 hours at the Plain of Jars, just walking around, taking pictures, looking at everything, I took the taxi back to pick up the bike, and it was ready. And they detailed it, and they cleaned it up, they washed it, changed the spark plugs, fuel filters, blew out the lines. They did everything, and I think the price was like less than $5. It was it's like I said, there's a scooter shop everywhere. Things are relatively inexpensive here. Working on the bike myself, I could have done it, but why? These guys are sitting here, they can use the extra money. I had the time to go do what I wanted to do, and I really enjoyed myself.
What was wrong with it, buddy? Really? No, it's okay. It's okay. You just put a new plug in.
Yeah.
How about the carburetor?
อันน่ะมันเขาบิวนี่เป็นอะไรบิวล่างเอาแล้วมี
Clean the carburetor too. Yeah.
ลองให้มันขี้ไปตรงนี้ด้วย
you want to try the running well or
Nope, I believe you. We gotta get going anyway. I'll gear up. I'll take it for a ride after I gear up, and then I'll let him know. I'll ride up and down the road a few times, and then we'll go from there, huh?
okay
Yeah, thank you. The glory of the cargo shorts that I've just started making. I can put my gear on without having to take everything off. It's hot. It's really hot out. Heading into town, you can see the war remnants, the big shells of the bombs and of leftover bombs. They've got their unexploded ordnance, NGO out there that goes around and finds the unexploded ordnances, the unexploded bombs, and they go out there with their suits on and they pull them out of the ground so people don't die, and it's a good thing they do this. But it's interesting. You can see how many bombs were dropped here because they use them for fences. They use them to surround, they make restaurants out of all these leftover shells. I knew I was in for a long night ride. As soon as I got started on this ride, I hit rain. I had to stop, put my rain gear on. Cows, the animals, the people, everything in the road makes the ride slower. There's a spectacular viewpoint that I like to stop in. I don't know, somebody bought the land. They obviously regarded this as an incredible viewpoint too. They bought the land and they turned it into like a little tourist destination where, you go up there and it's just got this scenic overlook of the valley, of the rivers, of the rice farms, of the roads. It is truly a spectacular overview of Laos. Pull in there, you stop, and you can tell. Look at the view of this place. It is spectacular. In the morning I woke up, and again, this area is really scenic and beautiful, as you can tell. After 6 days of riding here in Laos, only one word summarizes this place: beautiful. Everything about it. The people, the countryside, the riding, it's just beautiful. I mean, look at this place. It's the same, it sits right in place with Patagonia, Costa Rica, any of those places. The odd thing is most people don't even know where this place is on a map. But it is absolutely wonderful. I can't wait. I've got about an hour, well, whatever you say, about 180, 190 kilometers, so about 3 hours, not an hour, left of riding today. Looks like it's going to rain. I love riding in the rain. I like riding at night, even though it's not advisable to ride at night. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to get out of here, man. I got to get on my bike. I'm going to get this last couple hours in and call it a day. But before that, drink my coffee. Iced coffee, of course. My lychee. And enjoy. But of course, fuel problems plagued me again. I had to stop, but at least I knew this shop. I stopped into a place where I knew the locals, I knew the guys, and they took care of the bike really fast. They stopped all their work, got my bike running really well.
Another spot plug, man. Another foul spot. Take care of the video of that.
โอ้มันเท่อยู่พี่บ่เป็นยังหัวเทียนบ่เป็นยัง
Okay. Can fit? No, look good. Thank you. How much? Juke back.
เท่าก็ได้
Sure?
10,000ก็ได้
Alright, hold on. Another part off the bike. Child spark plug. Focus, spark plug cable, connector.
อันนี้ก็ได้
Collection.
เล่นที่รถ
By the time I finish, I'll have a whole bike in my pocket. Okay? Very nice, man. Once again, got the bike fixed for about $1.25, spark plug fixed. New sign, looks good. Off again, try it again. Spidey, thank you.
สวัสดี
And I just rode back and got to enjoy the views and this, and just a casual road this day. It's not a very far ride. Hit some dirt roads, rode on the mud and everything. For anyone who wants to come up here and ride this area, no intimidation factor whatsoever. Come out, enjoy yourself. Laos is beautiful. The people are beautiful. There's nothing to really worry about. It's definitively one of my favorite places to ride in the world, and I suggest if anyone wants to, come here. Just a road ride all the way up to Luang Prabang, up all the way to the China border. is going to be one of your best rides ever. It's spectacular. It's a beautiful place to come. It's one of the last true eco preserves in the world. But the area is spectacular. Please feel free to contact me or anybody, and I'd love to help you out and put you in contact with the right people or setting up a trip for you, whatever you need, you know. Laos overall, beautiful, spectacular scenery, great riding. No real issues, people ride slow, no real fear. It's a spectacular adventure for a motorcyclist, and I suggest it. Even on a bicycle, it's really nice. My friend Jose, he rides his bicycle all over the world. And he did a ride from Vientiane to Kuman, China on a bike, and I got to ride. I rode part of it with him along the side of him on a motorcycle, and he loved it. Ready? On you. And that concludes another episode of Never Stop Riding. What a trip. Another episode. Good days. Six days of riding, done, out of here. Okay. Perfect place to ride. Never stop riding.